Good evening, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Roar Time with head coach Jason Gibson, coach of the Columbus Lions. I am Richard Holdridge, your game day analyst. And coach, you had a well-deserved rest, the bye week. Week 3 is in the books. We're getting ready for week 4, making that trip down to Jacksonville to play the Jacksonville Sharks once again.
Hip hip hooray. I can't wait. I love playing down there. It's a great rivalry. There's a lot at stake for this game, so it's going to be tough, but it's always a fun trip. My kids, we draft the road trips with my boys. So when the schedule comes out, we actually have a draft of who gets to go on which trip, and they all fight for this one. So.
And Jacksonville is going to be a very important game. Right now, they are 0-3, and all 3 games Jacksonville has played their opponent close. They lost to Carolina 53-48. Watch that game. Carolina looked like they were controlling that game, but like you know, Coach, in arena football, it's not over until the whistle blows. Jacksonville recovered an onside kick. They made it close toward the end. And Jacksonville has been in a lot of these nail-biters. They lost to Albany 61-60. And of course, lost overtime to the Lions. And so what they're looking at, and I'm very impressed with their quarterback. Malik Henry threw 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers. He didn't just rely on Devin Wilson. I mean, they do have a balanced attack. Head coach Sia Burley they're hungry for that first win. But, Coach, as you know, I mean, Jacksonville's a rival, and you have the rest from the bye. And you're getting ready to prepare for Jacksonville and deny them that first victory of the season.
I hope so. I mean, it's a big one for us. Plus, it's kind of it's important games we play them 3 times. So I want to get that two games up on them. So even if something happens and we lose the third one, we still have that tiebreaker. So it's a tiebreaker game. It's huge going in there. But, when you look at – if I was Jacksonville right now, I would be giving that speech. I would be saying, hey, we're 1 play away from being 3-0. And I've heard, hey, we're the worst 2-0 team in the country. Maybe so. We're still 2-0. So, it's going to be a hard environment. Records don't mean anything for this game. It really doesn't. It's just going to be tough.
We are early in the National Arena League season. Week 4 coming up. Right now, the Carolina Cobras are 3-0 on the season. Columbus, 2-0 in second place. Albany, they're on a 2-game win streak. After losing to Carolina at their home opener, they have rallied 2 straight victories. They are 2-1. Orlando's 1-2. San Antonio 0-2. And Jacksonville 0-3. Of course, only the top 4 teams make the playoffs. Coach, as we get into the season, you look at the teams that you have to face after Jacksonville. You get another bye on the 21st. And then Albany comes to town May the 28th for the second home game of the season.
Well, the good thing when you look at the schedule is, even as a fan, if I'm watching the games, at this point early in the season, anybody can win kind of really any game. And that's what you want. You don't want to have 2 front runners, in the season and everybody else is just kind of playing for scraps. I think right now, even with the addition of Robert Kent in San Antonio, it's a way better team than they were week 1. We were lucky to squeak that one out. I respect Robert, and he understands the game. So they're going to catch a couple of people off guard. And plus, you got the injury bug, and you got the Ironman rules, and managing that. So this early in the season doesn't mean a lot. But now I look at it now. I'm in a 10-game season. So what can my record be in 10 games? And we just keep kind of moving forward.
All right, let's preview Jacksonville. Defeated them 56-49 in overtime in the home opener. Malik Henry, you got to see him again. He threw 4 touchdown passes to Devin Wilson. Had a lot of mistakes in that game, but you clean them up. Jarman Fortson with a big scoop and score. You know that the mistakes that you made and you beat Jacksonville, if you clean up those mistakes, that you should be able to beat Jacksonville. They are a very good 0-3 team. You got to understand.
I mean, you look at that.
You got to give them credit.
You look how that game went down, and on one hand, we should have never won that game. I mean, they were almost up 3 scores in the third quarter. That fumble that was a huge turning point in that game. But then on the flip side, we had 3 picks. 2 of them were for pick 6 touchdowns that got called back. I'll give Jacksonville credit. You are the king of, if it's not your way, I'm going to call legal defense, throw a red flag. Because that was the backbreaker on all those picks. So the game could have easily been a blowout on one way for us, but also we could have easily lost that game by 3 scores. If they had scored on that drive, I'm not sure how it would have panned out.
I want to talk about your new defensive coordinator, Darren Daniel, the Nighthawk, a legend for the Columbus Lions, has been with the organization since you've been the head coach, and he comes in to become the defensive coordinator. And, Coach, he has made the difference. The defense has stepped up when it mattered most at the end of games. And his number is hanging in the rafters at the Columbus Civic Center. To have a player now, Coach, like Darren on your staff, what does that mean?
That's his mentality, and that's how he played. And he didn't let anybody slack in practice, and that's hard to find when the good players treat practice better than a game, and he does. And so he takes that same mentality with the players coming through practice, just the way he acts, the way he carries himself, what he expects from them, and he doesn't give them a break on anything. And so they're going to either follow or we're going to find some more.
All right, I need to make sure I get his name right and not to confuse with your quarterback, Darren Daniels. It's Damian Daniels and Darren Daniels, so I'll make sure
you just say the Nighthawk. Everybody will know who you're talking about.
The Nighthawk, of course. A legend. I watched that. I listened to that podcast with Rex Castillo and Jack Patterson where they interviewed him, and such an amazing story what he had coming up from Columbus, going to West Georgia, playing for the original Chattahoochee Valley Vipers and then the Columbus Lions, and he's had such a great career.
I remember those days, man.
Yeah, now he's on your staff.
And now we both got gray hair, so that's good. That's how long it's been.
Yes, Coach, it has.
Not you, Damien.
Well, no, I've been a resident of Columbus since 2015, so I did witness that championship, and you won it again in 16. I mean, the Columbus Lions, they're just known for being a staple in the community, the Columbus, and I'm just really excited that we get this show going here in the National Arena League, and hopefully as we get progressed throughout this league, I mean, we're starting to see these teams, seek an identity. We know what they are. I've watched Carolina. They look really good. And Albany, even though they lost to Carolina that opener, 2-1, they look really good as well. Coach, we've just got a lot of great teams here in the NAL, and we're looking forward to just
beating every one of them.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. You are watching Roar Time. We'll be back in a few.
The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill. Nobody does food like The Outskirts. Amazing wings, appetizers, baskets, and burgers. And Mr. Henry's Lunch Buffet is the best in town. All you can eat Southern cooking for only $10. Follow The Outskirts on Facebook for the latest on nightly entertainment, sports, music, and the best food in town. The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill, corner of Veterans Parkway and Whitesville Road in Columbus.
Timing, come on in. It's just not cool in my house. It normally makes a noise. I don't know why it's not.
Have to fix it?
I can't believe it. You fixed it.
Let's be honest, climate control's not that easy. We love what we do, and there's nothing better than a job well done. To be there when you need it most.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Welcome back to Roar Time. I am Richard Holdridge, your game day commentator for your Columbus Lions. On the show, I have recently signed Lions quarterback Danny Southwick. Danny, great having you on the show. First of all, where are you from, and what's your background in arena football?
Great to be here. Thanks for having me here. So I was born and raised in Utah, and I'm just coming here from Salt Lake City, where my family is, my wife, my 3 kids. They'll be out here in Columbus shortly, and I've been playing arena football for a long time. So my first arena football team was in the Louisville Fire in 2008. Now, they don't exist, and a lot of the teams I've been playing so long, a lot of the teams I've played on don't exist. But I played in the AFL back when that was. In fact, the league doesn't even exist anymore. But I played in the AFL from 2011 to 2019, and then last year I was with Jacksonville for most of the season, and just got here this week, and really excited to be here.
All right, and you get to face your old team.
That's right.
As getting ready to take on the Jacksonville Sharks.
Right.
I mean, you've seen them before, obviously being on the team last year, but also seeing them in week 1. Have you watched a lot of game film preparing for Jacksonville?
Yeah, I've had the chance to kind of sit back and observe. So I didn't start in the NAL from training camp this year. I kind of came in a little later, but you always look at your old teams, and I saw a real tight game there in week 1 between Columbus and Jacksonville, and I was able to see kind of some of the new faces there. They have Coach Burley, who I've played for before. Coach Harrell, their O-line coach, who I've played for, is a good friend. And then a lot of their players, Kenny Veal, Wilson. I could go down the list, but there's a lot of good players there that I respect, and had a great time there last year. And unfortunately, last year we got crushed by the Lions when I played against when Jacksonville played against the Lions in the latter part of the year, and so this year it's like, hey, if you can't beat them, might as well join them. So here I am.
All right, so we're fresh off a bye. Have you gotten any practices under your belt? Are you getting to know your teammates?
Yeah. I got here early in the week, and I've been able to kind of learn the offense and learn the terminology, how we do things here, and been able to see our receiving core. And some of those guys I played with, in fact, Fortson I played with last year at Jacksonville, and a lot of those other guys I've seen around the league and really respect what they do. And it's been great being here. The professionalism that we have here in Columbus is awesome.
So, Danny, just tell us about yourself. Like, where would the average football fan know about your background? Like, where did you go to college? Where did you play college football?
Good question. So the average football fan would know about me if they followed arena football. It's kind of, some people talked about me as being maybe the Ryan Fitzpatrick of arena football, in the sense that I've been on a lot of teams, and have had success in some places. In other places, we've gotten the heck beat out of us, but I still play because I love playing, and that's why I'm here. Some people know that in college I signed with BYU out of high school, but I bounced around a lot, and then out of college I ended up going, like I said earlier, playing for the Louisville Fire, and then from there I actually got a shot with the Oakland Raiders for a period of time.
Okay.
And when that came to its end, then I kind of was looking for what to do, and that's how I ended up in the Arena Football League. I started out with the Tampa Bay Storm, and so look, if you've been watching arena football in the last decade, kind of probably are familiar with me in that sense. So yeah, but I would say it's that niche crowd, that crowd that really knows what this 8-man game's about, that would be familiar with who I am and what I do.
Wow, I'm impressed. BYU, national champions, 1984. Also,
I'm impressed that you know that.
Great quarterbacks came out of BYU.
Sure.
Steve Young. I'm a big 49ers fan, so
there you go.
Steve Young. Zach Wilson recently plays for the Jets.
Right.
Ty Detmer won a Heisman Trophy in 1990.
Right.
So I'm just impressed, and of course you've been a veteran in arena football, and not just in the National Arena League, but in the AFL and any other leagues like the Professional Indoor Football League. Or
no, I think it ends with the NAL. Oh, you know what? I did a brief stint with something called the Fan Controlled Football League.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of it. It's kind of a new upstart arena-ish type thing. I was there for a little while. Ultimately opted to play in the NAL. I think it matches my style more. But yeah, so the NAL, the AFL, and the AF2. That's where the Louisville Fire is, AF2, and then short stint in the NFL, and that's it.
Well, Danny, welcome to Columbus. We're great having you as a member of the Columbus Lions, and good luck this Saturday against Jacksonville.
Thanks so much. Pumped to be here.
All right, absolutely. That was Danny Southwick, recently signed quarterback for the Columbus Lions, as they have a big road contest against their arch rival, the Jacksonville Sharks. Thank you once again for watching another episode of Roar Time. Stay tuned for next week as we will recap the game with Jacksonville. Hope everybody has a great night.